previous sessions. There's the Omen in ancient Mesopotamian and Anatolian. I'm really looking forward for the very specific topic. And the first speaker is Rumen Kolev, and talking about interpretation of solar eclipses in Babylon. So please.
Okay. How many minutes? 20, 25?
With discussion, yes. So,
with everything, yeah. So, I added some other topics here, being inspired from yesterday by what I heard. So, we'll start with the general picture. Like, the general picture is like the modern way of thinking is quite different from the ancient way of thinking and of perceiving reality. As Alfred Jeremiah and Winkler said, there are two ways to perceive reality. One is the ancient way and the other one is the modern way. So what is the difference? The difference is that in the ancient world, the world was magic. Everything had deep meaning. And the material world was just like a result or reflection, rather, of the real world, which is the spiritual world. And everything that happens, every process, every event had and has behind it something much, much deeper, something spiritual, a reason in the fabric of the spiritual world. In this way, the signs, whatever they are they on the sky or on the walls or events, any sign is just a reflection of something in the spiritual world. Okay, the way to interpret the sign can be different. Some of the interpreters can mess up. Some of them can interpret it correctly, right? But the general idea is this one. In this way, everything has a meaning, and the people who are looking to find out what is the meaning of their life, of the events that are happening. What about the modern way? Well, the modern way is absolute mess. Well, actually, it is not even a mess. It is nothing. The nothingness. What is the world? Well, the world is particles, materia, stuff, which is going here and there by some laws, physical laws. And everything is by chance or what? So imagine, okay, somebody will say, your fate is in your hands. You are the master of your fate. Well, is this so? What about those born blind? What about those who die in a plane crash? What will they say? What about those who, unfortunately, have some big tragedy in their lives? Tragedy with them or with some of their loved ones? How will the modern way of perceiving reality, the general modern way which is prevalent, how will they explain this? Oh, well, the pilot got messed up, or some genome sequence happened to be so, Well, what is the meaning? Well, they don't have answer They don't have answer. They cannot have answer. That's why their life is meaningless. It remains without any meaning. The modern way, the materialistic way. In contrast, the ancient way, looking for this spiritual fabric of the world, the ancient way is asking about the reasons. And whether they will interpret them correctly or incorrectly, actually does not matter much. Because there is this development, this concentration, this spiritual development. Okay, they may not interpret it correctly now, but after 10 years, they may get wiser. So that's why the Pan-Babylonists were actually absolutely correct in most of their views. The philosophical, the views about the antiquity of Babylonian astronomy. But if we look deeper in this ancient way of thinking, who is behind everything? Well, in this spiritual world, they are talking about gods. They are talking about principles. Gods. So, Aphrodite, Artemis, Hephaestus, Apollo. Who are these guys? Are they somewhere in the clouds or in the imagination of people? Well, I guess not. Who is Apollo? Some handsome guy with his alpha on some mountain top? No way. Well, the ancients knew who is Apollo. Apollo is the light of the cosmos. And the same with Jesus. They are one and the same, the light. So, if there is a light, there is Apollo. As long as there is a light, so long there is Apollo. What about Aphrodite? Love, sympathy, friendship, empathy. If this exists somewhere in the vast cosmos, Aphrodite exists and will exist forever. And the myths are just this interaction between these archetypes. Actually, these divinities, these gods, they are nothing but the archetypes. They are the names of God. The names of Allah. Well, Allah, God are one and the same thing. Right? One. Mathematics. There is one. If there is one, there is God. Well, of course, there is also zero, which means the black before the black, which is a stage in the Zen Buddhism, but we are not that far yet. Maybe the next lecture. So, let's see if I missed something. Yeah. So, in this way, we can find some very, very interesting interpretations looking into the Babylonian systems, like the astrolabe. The astrolabe has 36 constellations. You know about this? 12 months, every month has 3 constellations rising hierarchically in every month. 3, one from the north, one from the center, one from the south. 3 times 12, 36. Does this ring a bell? 72 multiplied by 2, what we get? Kabbalah? Kabbalah? Why 72? How 36 will become 72? Well, we have 36 constellations hierarchically rising, appearing, the positive side, and And then we have the same constellation setting, the negative side, the darkness. So the light and the darkness, the day and the night, the sun and the moon, the spiritual and the material, the ancient way of thinking and the modern way of thinking. So these 36 archetypes, we can like 36, 72. In different cultures, there are different numbers. 99 plus 1 in the Islamic mysticism, the names of God. The 50 names of Marduk. So 2 times 50. Again, 108 in India. What is the basis of this? I think I know what is the astronomical basis of this. But this is not the distance between what they say. There are several gurus who talk some things which I don't think are correct. What else? Well, I think I'm done with the first part. So, what about the, how many minutes we have?
We have 30 minutes more.
13?
So including 13, including discussion.
You must be joking. Wait a minute, I can, how do I work with this mouse?
No, it does not work.
Like that. How can I do it? Can you put this one? So we must concentrate now on some more details. Philosophy took too much time. This one.
This horoscope.
So this is the famous horoscope MLC 1870. It is published by Abraham Zatz, by Francesca Robeck. Everybody knows about this horoscope. I published an article in 2001 in the Journal of History of Astronomy about this. What is the striking thing about this horoscope is that it has some very, very interesting part. The 36th year he will have wealth. How the hell did they do it? I think I know how. With astrology. So what they did actually, what turned out is that, okay, this is the article up there, you can find it, it is everywhere in the internet. I did some computations, additional, yesterday. So here, on the 36th birthday of this guy, Venus was arising correctly as a morning star on his birthday. So here is the natal chart. You see his Venus is invisible with the sun. And after 36 years, on the 23rd of ADDAR, he was born on the 23rd of ADDAR. Venus is rising. So this I converted this to the Gregorian calendar, as you see here. Also, let me see what I have here. Yeah, here you can see the path of Venus, how like she was evening star, like, okay, here is the sun, I am the observer, so Venus here is evening star. She comes between me and the sun, becomes invisible, then she goes here and becomes visible morning star. So the yellow one is evening, and then she becomes invisible here, retrograde, and I think she was invisible for a short time. Why? Because her distance from the ecliptic is big, like she's north of the ecliptic, and there are some cases. Once every 8 years, is this phenomenon when Venus can be seen for 1, 2, or 3 days, depending on the geographical latitude, as evening and as morning star at the same time, even for the northern latitudes of Mesopotamia. Kugler said, well, they didn't know that Venus is the same, like morning Venus, evening Venus was the same star. Well, how to say this? Like, because he didn't know, he didn't observe. Actually, it is possible. And for Assyria, they also could see Venus at the same day once in every 8 years. So also what I did, I checked, because this happens once, and the one below, you have this pentagram of Venus. She shows 5 times like a morning star in a period of 8 years. So what else? Yeah, I checked, because this happens every 8 years. Every 8 years minus 2 days. Because this happens, so I asked myself, okay, when he was 36 years old, Venus appeared on his birthday. This is a sign. The heliacal phases are a big sign, because you see this on the sky, and everybody sees it. Well, with exceptions. Yeah. But I think like 90% of the people see the heliacal phases on the same day. It is not subjective, right? So I asked myself, okay, what when he was 28 years old on his birthday? Because Venus will show up, around the same place. What about when he was 42? When he was 22? 8 years. But I checked this, I converted it to the Babylonian calendar, and look what happens. When he was 36, Venus appeared on the 22nd of ADDAR, or 23rd, his birthday. When he was 28, she appeared on the 27th of ADDAR. When he was 42, she appeared on the 18th of ADDAR. When he was 22 years old, she appeared on the 1st of Nisan. So the best match is the 36th year, which the astrologers used to predict well. Well, I have, and every, like, this is interesting here. Mercury, if you connect inferior conjunction, superior conjunction, you get the chakra. What else? Can you put the historical Omina? So now quickly about some historical Omina. We start with Alexander the Great. Historical Omina. Yeah. We start with our friend who passed away when he was 33, just like Jesus Christ. Who else passed? Bruce Lee also, 33. So what happens astronomically, astrologically on the 33rd birthday? Well, we don't have time for this. But, okay, this is the great battle. 50,000 against 500,000. So, Darius was very, very afraid that he will attack during the night. So he said, my army will stay here all the night. And they advised Alexander the Great, hey, look, are you crazy? 1 million people against 50,000. Let's attack them during the night. However, Alexander the Great said, no, I'm not sneaky. I will annihilate them in the daylight. So, what did Alexander the Great? Oh, someone can say maybe that he used a lunar eclipse. eclipse. Did he use a lunar eclipse to win this battle? Well, if you say this to Alexander the Great, he may visit you in your dreams and be very angry. You know, Alexander the Great didn't lose a battle. He was the son of the sun. Okay, here is. Oh, okay, my God, how do this mouse? Total lunar eclipse on the 14th of Uruk, which is like 10 days. Only 10 days before that. And guess where was this? This was happening on the 14th of Uruk. Uruk is the month of Elam. Who is Elam? Darius. Persia. 14 lunar day. Again, Elam. What about the watch? You see the chart? The watch is the middle watch. Who is this? Again, Elam. 3 times Elam. Lunar eclipse. So, this turns out to pray in his hands, in his prayers. But, yeah, so, what else we have? 2 more, okay, I have included here. Yeah, you can read in the astronomical diaries about this. There was a rain of fire several days before the battle in these astronomical diaries. Yeah, this is the book that I published. Actually, Simon Parkour is the editor of this book. Well, yeah. Here you can read a lot of more things. Yeah, here is like the lunar cycle. Here is the I got this constantly comes up. Here is yeah, just did this one. No, wait. I wanted the graph. Yeah. This one. Okay. Now I'm set. So this is the connection. So they connected months. They connected paths into the sky. Everything is connected. And you see here, Elam is Uruk. Elam is the middle watch. And the 14th day. So, yeah. So, two more historical omens. One of them is for Essarhadon, and the other one is for and the other. Why don't you have a mouse? Down. Go down. Okay. How did you see it? Let me see. Like this. Good. Now I feel better. So, Essarhadon ruled 12 years. Jupiter cycle. So he built a temple dedicated to Nergal, and as he was praying to his god, he was killed there by his sons. Yeah, praying to Nergal. Well, not a very good idea. So what happens? In some instance, exactly when the moon was looking at the sun, there was a halo around the moon with Saturn and moon there. Around the moon with Saturn and also Mars there. So this was a very bad sign, and that's why this is God sees God on the 16th, and I cannot deal with this. So you can look here. So what happens then? We have the Omina for everything here. And what happened? Only 1 month after this omen, there was a revolt in Egypt. So he packed up to smash them, but he died in Haran from an inexplicable illness, which started from the year when he conquered Egypt. So I suspect there was here some magic, Egyptian magic. Hey. Assurbanipal, when he was crowned, I think 2 months after that, Jupiter rose Heliakarem in Cancer, in his special place, because Cancer is very high from the ecliptic, and Jupiter, the king, must be high. So Jupiter rose in the central path on the horizon. You know these paths of knowing these 3 paths in 45 days between after and before the equinox, where is rising the sun. There is these borders, and also Gilgamesh used this. Why Gilgamesh will do every 45 days some special ritual to get from Shamash inspiration from his next stretch. Every 45 days, starting from the equinox. Here you have astrology in Gilgamesh, the paths in Gilgamesh. So these are the 3. Well, yeah. Okay, finished.
Talk. I'm sure there are many questions, but because of the time is a bit rushing, so maybe you can discuss in the coffee break. And I will. And thank you again for.
Thank you.
And I'm happy to introduce the next speaker, Shapak Burden from University of Ankara, talking about perception, interpretation, and decision